Hey guys, so season 8 of Game of Thrones has just finally aired after like a year and a half, 2 years off, and it was phenomenal. It's the final season, 6 episodes, everyone's loving it. It's so good. That first episode didn't really reveal a lot, but it was a nice introductory episode back into the world, characters and places and locations, and you know, I'm sure it's gonna get pretty full on in the next episode. No spoilers, so I'm not gonna go into season 8 spoilers too much. We actually had to sign up to Foxtel here, which features HBO content here in Australia. We weren't previously a member of Foxtel, but this was just too good to miss. Final season, you don't want to miss out, so we subscribed, and we'll unsubscribe once the series is finished. But yeah, it was incredible. It's just a minefield of spoilers out there, guys. Game of Thrones is just so damn popular and people suck, so they will throw spoilers at you without any notice. I read somewhere that one guy was just reading about Avengers Endgame and somebody threw a Game of Thrones spoilers in there for some reason, and kind of like, why would you do that? That totally sucks. So, in regards to season 8, no spoilers. But what I am about to watch is the best deaths of Game of Thrones. So this will touch on some spoilers. So if you've not seen any of the previous seasons, don't watch this. And if you're up to date, let's go right ahead. Full screen. 3, 2, 1, go. See? Spoiler alert.
Wow. The best death.
There's not really best deaths, is there?
Oh, so many to choose from.
There are so many now, and there are so many fun and impressive deaths.
Yes, well, the death scene is something to talk about. Everybody gets one.
When I died on Game of Thrones.
So long as I am your king, treason shall never go unpunished. Sir Ilyn, bring me his head.
I think in Game of Thrones, without a doubt,
Man.
Eddard Stark having his head cut off is the most shocking death that will probably ever be in Game of Thrones.
And in a sense, that's the one that permeates the entire story. That's the one that runs through it.
Set the standard.
I remember people being like, okay, this is really different. This is different. Like, everyone's head is on the chopping block.
Damn. Yep. That's when you're thinking, oh fuck, what are we in for?
I don't know, the Red Wedding does hold a special place. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful twist.
I think the Red Wedding is the one that it's hard to top that for shock value.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, Joffrey's death was like
deserved.
Really good, and it was protracted. It could have gone on a little longer, in my opinion.
It's nothing.
My favourite death was Joffrey's.
Which was so completely satisfactory, except that we all said afterwards it wasn't bad enough.
No.
I loved to hate that character.
Tommy.
Like, I was like, oh my god, this kid, like I just want to like, you know, and I so rarely have that about characters on screen.
And he so deserved it.
Jack Gleeson. Amazing performance.
Joffrey!
This was spoiled for me going in. I knew this was going to happen. Memes. Yep.
She's in there. Are you afraid of a dead horse?
I suppose
Daddy
Tywin
Lannister.
Lannister getting shot on the toilet was a fantastic end, wasn't it?
Tywin, I thought he was in it for the end game. That was he had it all planned out, and then Tyrion came along and cut him short. So it was yeah, that one shocked me.
I liked Tywin getting killed on the toilet.
Yeah.
I really liked that. I thought that was something different for
Everyone
Game of
always
Thrones.
thinks about that, you know, like what if I died and I was like, you know.
Yeah, he died like Elvis. That's pretty cool.
I have always been your son.
Tyrion. Love that guy.
It has to be Martell fighting with the Mountain. I think that's one of the best deaths in Game of Thrones.
God.
Say her name! You raped her! You murdered her! You killed her children!
I
Don't
can't
get
watch
close.
that episode.
Absolutely shocking. I mean, I was speechless.
That was almost a point at which I was like, too much. Game of Thrones has gone too far.
It's pretty full on.
Say her name. Say it!
That's one of those deaths that everyone reacted the same way when I was in the room watching it.
Because I loved the character so much, you know, we were really in his corner when we were all you know, on his side.
Got too
Losing
cocky.
that character who we'd had for such a short time, who was such a kind of like blaze of brilliance across the screen, felt like we'd been really, really robbed of something there.
When Martel's head just gets literally squeezed into an explosion, it's just insane.
That's awful, it's awful, and it was really it's properly shocking.
They didn't show
What are
it.
your favorite deaths? Let us know in the comments. For more Game of Thrones, make sure to watch our When I Died on Game of Thrones series and Season 8 premiere breakdown from our Dragons on the Wall show. And as always, be sure to subscribe to IGN wherever you like to watch.
So cool. Okay, there's a lot more to come, obviously, with deaths in Game of Thrones. That's just a little... I just want to do a little fun video because Game of Thrones has been a really big part of my life for so long. It's such a good series, and just watching all the characters grow over the years as well, like Arya Stark, Maisie Williams growing up in front of us on screen. But the show is just so innovative. The books, I've only read 2 books so far, but I kind of stopped because the show was so engrossing to me. I wanted the show to kind of just embrace me and surprise me with all its twists and turns. So the books were kind of considered spoilers. I know that's kind of sacrilegious to say. I am going to read the books, but I want to finish the series now. Even though Series 8 has deviated away from the books, I'm definitely going to dive in and read them. There's always going to be so much more in the books. But the show did such a really good job of encompassing, from what I can tell from the first 2 seasons, getting the books translated to screen really, really well. And it's phenomenal. The production values, performances, and it's just no holds barred, like the graphic nudity and all the sexuality in the show and the violence and the mayhem and the plot twists and turns and the political leanings and the backstabbings. This is really good television. I'm sad it's ended. We are getting a prequel series, but what I hope is they do movies from now on as well, getting that core cast. If any of them survive the season 8, I don't know if they're going to. Will they be back? But if we do have some survivors, maybe season 8 can like lead into movies. That would be sick. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe. Catch you next video. Thanks for watching.